Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome to the Red Tape Podcast. I'm your host, Demerious Nelson. This is brought to you by For the One Media, where we move progressively forward in a conservative way. Yeah. Hey, For the One Media, it's me. I'm back. Had to take some time off, man. Today we're going to talk about F. What the F? What does F mean? F is for frustrating. There's a lot of different things. We're going to talk about it's Tuesday, trash day. There's some trash people in the world. Y'all stay tuned. This is Red Tape Podcast. You know, we gotta wait, let the music roll, and then we get back to the show. Alright, guys. Hope y'all like that music. I know I love it. That's why it's in there, because I did it. Hey, today, the mouthful is, I cannot be optimistic, but I am a prisoner of hope. Dr. Cornel West. He said that. Mr. West. Not Kanye West, but the other intellectual, Cornel West. If you never heard of him, check him out. He has a lot of great insight on life, great perspective. And I just like listening to the brother talk. That's how he talk to you, brother, sister, no matter what color you are. Young sister, young brother. Real cool cat. But it's hard to be optimistic. Sometimes we're too optimistic. But for people like me, I'm a prisoner of hope at times because I believe in people. I want to see the best for people. And that is why F is for frustrating and a few other words that I won't say on here. Because when I set up the podcast, you know, when you go on the Apple, they say it's going to be explicit. I said no language. It's all going to be cut and dry, smooth, and we're going to get down like that. So that's the optimistic part, even though I know we're talking about prisoners of hope. F is for frustrating. I got one more quote as we get into this topic. Laughter and tears are both responses to frustration and exhaustion. I myself prefer to laugh since there is less cleaning to do afterwards. Kirk Von Gunt. I don't know what that is, but I definitely love that quote. But he's right. You want to laugh because all the tears of crying, you got to clean it up. Your face ugly after the fact. You know, nobody looks cute, beautiful, handsome after they finish crying. So one way to combat that is to laugh. You know, it's like the Joker in Batman. I'd rather be him any day than Batman because Joker just living life. Now, I know it's complete pandemonium, chaos and everything, but he's living his life. And that's ironic because that's how it is for life for most people. When you live carefree is when we seem to cause the most chaos. So there have to be boundaries in life. And I know for a lot of people that can be frustrating when you see somebody living life to the fullest, not abiding by any law, and it seems like nothing ever happens to them. And you're like, why? Why me? Why does that happen? Why can't that be me? Why can't I live in the boundaries of life and be carefree like that? Because life is not meant to be carefree. Because if you really think about it, freedom, you have to care to have freedom. You have to care to love. Love takes a lot of war, a lot of courage, a lot of sacrifice. To live free, you don't need any of that. You just roll with it. Hey, excuse me, I had to get some water. Throat a little dry, I don't know why, but you gotta live carefree in life. Well, you can't live carefree in life. That's what I meant to say. I got distracted by the drink. But it's a beautiful part of life when you do see people live life carefree with no issues, no problems, just loving life. But then you say, whoa, you gotta, if you let a child run around and do whatever you want to do, because they don't understand rules yet, because every day when you say a no, you're hammering out, hey, the standard for living. If you let a kid run free, run rampant in the house or anywhere, they'll kill themselves. You give them about an hour or two, you got a little baby running around. More time than not, you might come back and they're unconscious. Unless you just got a room where it's padded walls and you can let them do whatever. But in life, you got to have boundaries. And I know for some people that is frustrating. because they don't want to be bound by boundaries. But you don't have to be. I've often talked about living beyond the bounds, living beyond your boundaries. And that's what you have to do. You're going to reach a point where you might hit a wall. Then you got to be innovative, retool yourself, and reach for the next level. And that's what you have to often do in life. And I know for most people that is an issue. That can be a problem. Because a lot of us don't know how to navigate that. A lot of us don't know how to navigate that. It's just like dealing with family. You get, all right, God says, here you go. You have a sister, brother, dad, hopefully both parents, mom's there, few siblings, then you got extended family, cousins, aunts, and you know, most of them you roll your eyes there because like, oh boy, here we go. It's the holiday, who are we inviting? And you know how that can be. You get frustrated. Because it's like, gosh, I got to deal with it. Here we go. All right, let's make sure we pray before we go over here because there's going to be issues. And that's frustrating for me. That's frustrating for anybody. Because most time people, regardless of living carefree or not, people just want to be happy and be filled with laughter instead of tears. Now, there are going to be times in life where you're going to have tears. I've referenced Dr. Cornel West, and he talks about that. To have tears is honestly to show love for a situation. A family member dying or something like that, you're going to shed a tear out of love. So, I mean, it's going to happen, but then there are other times when you have tears because you're excited, you're happy, you've accomplished something. There's two types of tears, two tiers of tears. You have the excited, well actually it's three. You have the excited and happy, you accomplished something. Like I could have shed a tear last night when I finished my last project, capstone project, so I graduate with my master's on Friday. And it's like, I could have cried on the last 10 pages. Because I'm close, but I'm not. And I'm still waiting on my grades. So hopefully, you know, I did okay. Another class, I started off rough, but I ended up with a high, you know, a mid-range A. And I'm happy about it. I'm excited. That's why I wasn't on here, because I had to concentrate on what I had to get accomplished. Then on top of that, I'm trying to study for advancement in the military. And I blew that test. I missed it by a few points, but you know, my priorities wasn't in line when it came to the testing part. So when I got in there, I was confused on a few definitions. And you know, hey, people fail. That's why I got a line out there. It's called pro failure. Because we're professionals at failure. And the more you fail, the more success you achieve in life. So y'all be, you know, stay tuned. You can't steal it because I've been working on it for a long time. So this is the first time I have announced the line, the pro failure line. Because it's out there for you, and you want to be a professional at failure. If I see you wearing that shirt, that means you're successful. People might look at you like, what? But yeah, because you understand the uniqueness of failure, especially if you learn from it. F, another F, failure. But that failure is what makes us successful, what helps us achieve what we're here to achieve in life. And I love it. I love it. Laughter. In the midst of frustration and exhaustion, you have to laugh. I know a lot of y'all are dealing with all kinds of issues every day. And I know some people have it worse than I do at the moment. And that's why I try not to complain. My sister say I'm big time complaining. Say, man, you always complaining. Well, I mean, about what? Because I want to see y'all be great. I want to see myself be great. I want to do great things together. So of course I'm going to have something to say. You know, my patience is getting better. It's not the best. But I know it's something I have to work on constantly, every day. Because if it's frustrating, and I need patience. I need some patience, I mean. I got to have patience. I got to work on my patience. And that's something that I strive, wake up, talk to myself about every single day. I mean, really, I'm crazy because I have to talk to myself to make sure that I remain patient, especially in situations where I can see myself getting frustrated because things aren't aligning the way I want them to align. So that's why I have to remember patience, because it's not about me in my time. But even though time is important, I have to make sure that I keep in mind the other people around me. Because a lot of times it is difficult, it's tough to deal with. Anytime you deal with people, it can be extremely exhausting, it can be gratifying, but a lot of times there are differences, most times there are differences, and you have to work it out. And that's the other frustrating part about living, is that you're going to have those issues. And it's all good, as long as we can work it out. And when I get frustrated, I don't have to stay frustrated too long because we have communicated. A lot of issues in life is the lack of communication. People not communicating, people not working together, people are not trying to come to a common goal. That's what my project was about. Capstone is, just about, I had two. I had to deal with emotional intelligence and relational leadership. In life, we have to be able to work together. And the main thing is to have emotional intelligence and understand people and understand relationships. Want to understand relationships. How do you do that? To keep from being frustrated about everything, you have to understand how empathy works. You have to understand how compromising with other people works. You have to also be open and honest, and now we can start to build or rebuild, whatever the situation is, whether that's with family, friends, work, whatever it may be. That's how we prevent the frustration in life, because there's plenty of it out there. I know some of y'all can agree with me. Y'all like, yeah, boy, yeah, child, I hear you. I know some of y'all told me, y'all talk back to me. I know you can't actually talk to me right now, but you can email me if you got a question about something, because this is 41 Media, where we're always moving progressively forward in a conservative way. That's what we're about. So if I don't receive an email, I'm frustrated, because I'm here to talk to y'all. I want y'all to talk to me, and then we can have great dialogue and build this world for the better. There's a lot of frustrating things going on in the world right now. So y'all make sure y'all check out www.41media.com, because I think we got some solutions to help you all grow in your mind, because it's all about each other. It's all about the community. And when the community is in pain, it hurts. It hurts. So that brings me to my next topic. Today is Tuesday. The new segment we have is Tuesday Trash Day. Today is Trash Day, and it's actually Trash Day in my community. So that's what made me think about this. I was running, I heard the trash man coming. They come early now on Tuesday. Normally Friday is only early day. And they were coming, and I'm jumping out, running outside, like Jackie joined the Kersey trying to catch it. I was like, okay, good. It's taken care of. We got the trash out there. I'm a great man. I didn't even wake up in time to put the trash out. But today is Tuesday Trash Day, and today we have a few people that one of them's in the trash and the other one is about to go to the can. So y'all all know what happened over the weekend. In less than 24 hours, we had 2 shootings, and it's horrific. It's sad. It pisses me off. I wrote about it on my page. I wrote about it on the website. Wrote about it on Instagram, and it just really makes me angry to see this constantly happen. And I know people say they want to see, reform on the laws that allow assault rifles. I still believe in guns. Majority of the world don't have mental health issues, because this dude, it was well thought out. He knew what he's doing. So I don't want to hear him claim insanity or anything like that. I think there's too many laws that are lenient on these guys that do these different crimes. And I want to let y'all know straight up, when y'all talk about terrorism, domestic terrorism, international terrorism, a terrorist is a terrorist for me. Whether you're gangbangers shooting up each other, whether you drive by shooting, all should be charged with the same charge as a terrorist. Because if you're going to terrorize a community with death, violence, chaos, whatever group you belong to, if you're partaking in that activity, you are a terrorist to me. See, I've recently read a lot about Frederick Douglass, and I now call myself an abolitionist, because I want to abolish anything that speaks against people, anything that speaks against the mind, the freeing of the mind. Now, when I say speaking for the people to abolish those things, those wrongdoings, I don't agree with everything that is legalized. I'm going to let y'all know that now. I never agree with homosexuality. I never agree with a lot of different issues. I never agree with, how they want to teach our kids in school about transgender. Now don't get me wrong, I have homosexual friends, but they know I don't agree with their lifestyle because of what I believe in, but I love them to death. So let's don't get that confused. So I'm not they have their rights and they want their rights and they deserve what they deserve. And that don't bother me. That's not the part that bothers me. The part that bothers me is that we have to show that to our children. What they choose to do in their personal life is what they do. Because what matters to me is how effective you are in life. Are you providing to society? Are you helping build a better world? Now, what you do in your personal time, your sexual orientation, I do not care. But what I do care about is if it's pushed on my kids. That's a no-no for me. And I know you have to be careful because you don't want to be looked at as a bigot. You know, anything that you agree with somebody on, somebody seems to have an issue these days because it doesn't align with what they believe in. And later on, if I decide to run for the president of the United States or a Senate position or anything like that, people are going to bring it up, what I just said. But I don't care because it's not about the act of homosexuality. It's about what people want to do to push the agenda on everybody else. That's the issue. We legalize it. I want you to hey, you want to love somebody, you can love whoever you want to love. That's your choice. Now, my choice is to say that when I speak up against it, I want our kids to have the rights to choose what they want to choose. Another issue, gender dysphoria. Everybody can choose and pick, and you know, it's no longer male and female, it's everything else, but I mean, law is law. And you can't change who you are. You can cut it off, you can add one on. You are what you are. You can be a dog, a cat, but you're still a male or a female. There's nothing else. And I had a conversation with my daughter about this. I said, you know, when y'all be like, bruh, y'all talk to each other, bruh, come on, bruh. I'm like, why talk like, you know, it's an insult to yourself to call your friends, your other friends that are girls, to call them bruh. It's an insult to be considered a man because you were made a woman, perfect and created in that way. It's an insult for somebody to be like, girl, and I'm a man because I'm a man. You should be proud of that. That's insulting to call each other something that you're not. So when you deal with a young 1-2-year-old Mario Lopez backtracked on his comments about gender, that bothers me. If you believe what you believe, you stand for what you believe. It may cost things. I mean, anybody who is a proponent of freedom, anybody who's a proponent of love, justice, anything like that, most times you will die in the name of that because that's life. That's what you got to deal with. If you stand for something, there's going to be somebody that opposes you because they're standing for something. So you have to have the wits, the wherewithal, and the kahunas to know that that's going to happen. Don't backtrack because I believe it, Mario Lopez. Don't end up in the trash on Tuesday, trash day. Stand up, man. Rise up. Some people going to have to do that. Some people die for the truth, to tell the truth so people can know. And that's okay. You got to speak up when it's your time. And if you got the platform, you got to use it. And in this case, you got people out here who think that a child can pick their gender. I love what Ben Shapiro says. I know some of y'all think he's a white supremacist. I don't know how because he's Jewish, but I like what he says most of the time. Some things I do not agree with, but most of the time, the things he said about you have an issue if what food your child chooses. Your child can't choose the food he eats at all. You have to choose that. So they can pick the gender. They know what's up. No, you got to thwart that by helping them know what they are and why they have what they have. Not, oh, I know you want to be this, so we're going to let you make up your mind. We're going to let them drive too? We're going to give them the keys to the car and let them drive? There's a reason why they can't drive. They can't see over the dashboard. They don't have the mental capacity to know what they are yet. They're figuring it out. So when we force something on them, that's when I'm bothered. So once again, I don't have a problem with homosexuality. I don't have a problem with the legalization of it, as long as it's not pushed on me. But with the legalization of it, it has been pressed upon the rest of the world that we have to put this out there when less than 2% of America is that way. And even my friends who are homosexual, they'll tell you like, man, I don't like that pushed on anybody. I try to fight against it, but it's just something that I accepted. You know, I got friends, I wanted the white picket fence. I want to do that with the opposite sex, but it just didn't feel right to me. I can't tell a person how to feel. All I can do is talk to them. And they decide what they decide, but it don't change how I feel about them. That's why I got to let it be known. That's why F is for frustrated. Because I'm frustrated by the fact that we seem like everything, every movement that we have, we got to push it on everybody else, and that's not the case. What I believe, I'm a Christian. If you want to talk to me about it, I'm going to talk to you about it. If you want to know why I'm happy, I'm going to tell you. But I'm not going to try to change you. Yes, I would love for everybody to be a Christian, but I know that's not the case. Everybody can be who they want to be. That's what makes America great, is because everybody can be who and what they want to be. And it don't have to be an issue. Now, where the issue comes in is when we cannot talk peacefully to one another or have disagreements peacefully and move forward. Move forward. That's why I say progressively moving forward in a conservative way. Here at For the One Media on the Red Tape Podcast, for some of y'all that can see. Hey, I just want to let y'all know that. So the trash day today, the people that's going in the trash are the two shooters of El Paso and Ohio. I do not mention idiots' names on this show because it's tragic. Now, well, the one guy that didn't get killed, the 19-year-old, the one from around my city, Allen, Texas. Man, you get tried here, good luck. Texas don't play around with stuff like that. And you're lucky President Bush isn't still governor, because we would have been executed yesterday. You know, I'm saying, when he was the governor, we didn't play that down here. Homie didn't play that. There's a few gangsters in the world. I know President Junior Bush was a gangster, and I know Donald Trump is for sure a gangster, because you say whatever comes to your mind. But the Tuesday Trash Day is meant to shed light on the idiots of the world that go out here and say whatever they want to say. They go out here and do whatever they want to do. You want to go out there and kill people, you're an idiot. I have no love for you, even though I have to try. And the guy that did it, hopefully the young man can go to each family, apologize, let them slap him one time across the face, and maybe twice, and then say you forgive him. Because we do all have an opportunity to forgiveness. There are such things as second chances. Hopefully the young man can be rehabilitated. But right now, what matters is the people that are suffering, because you don't understand, when somebody dies, man, it's not, the person is dead. They no longer feel anything. They're gone to wherever place they're going to go, heaven or hell. But it's the people that are left behind. It's like the Verizon map when you see and they show all the great places where they have good service. That's the part that's frustrating. That's the part that hurts, because you don't know who they belong to, who loves them, because somebody loves everybody. There's somebody for everybody to love. And when you don't know that, or you don't have that ability to say what you want to say, or you don't know what argument they may have had last night, or you don't know what situation they may have just came out of, or what great milestone they accomplished, all it is that they're dead. And now everybody else is left to pick up the pieces for the mistakes, for the intentionalness of this individual to end life. It's tragic. Evil is real, if y'all don't believe it. I tell everybody to arm up. But, I had a great counter to that yesterday. I asked a couple of ladies, I said, y'all got your, license to carry? Like, no. I've worked in law enforcement for such and such amount of years. And one of them was like, if I had a gun, I'm probably going to use it. And the other one said, I don't need a gun because, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I get it. I know a lot of people like that. And I know some people no one wants to take life. Most people don't want to take life. But if you have to defend yourself, I will at all costs. Like Malcolm X say, by any means necessary. And that's for real. I'm not playing around, not waiting around. I'm going to do what I have to do to survive. Because I believe in the Second Amendment. I don't want nobody taking my gun, because if the government take all your weapons, then what are you going to have to defend yourself if the government decides to take over? Or somebody want to take over your home? So my mom said, well, you don't have to have assault rifles to do that, son. You can just have a handgun for self-defense. I'm like, all right, yeah, that's right. I could take out 15 people or have an extended clip, 30, but, I can still take out people either way. But maybe not at such a fast rate. But people can die. And then the reality is, if it's your time to go, it's your time to go. It don't matter how it goes. It's all tragic when people die. But when it's your time to go, there's nothing you can say, well, if it would have been this way, if it would have had that. No. The reality is, If it's time to go, it's time to go. Now, we do not like the way it happened at all. But that's just a part of the life that we live, and that is why things are extremely frustrating when you're dealing with human beings, when you're dealing with people who believe in different things, when you're dealing with different laws. When you see that rainbow stretch across the sky after the storm, that's what we have right now. We have a storm, and now we have a rainbow stretching across it, and you see peace in the people. You see all the different colors coming together to try to solve a problem. We do have a problem in this world. It's not the gun. It's not the money. It's the lack of being willing to go tell your neighbor, hey, are you okay? You love them? You know, you have to be able to speak, be willing to speak to everyone. Like I heard about the young man in Allen, Texas, and they said, yeah, he was a little weird. Well, why? Did you ask him a question, or you just observe and assume something? You observe him and you say he's weird. When I encounter that, I don't know what may be on a person's mind. I try to counter that with, hey man, how you doing today? How everything going? Because I'm a believer in the underdog. I'm a believer in the people that seem to get pushed in the corner because they may not be the most good looking to people, or they may be awkward, or not the most talented, or they're so introverted that even the introvert's like, man, what's wrong with that person? That even the most introverted person is looking at them and like, I'm an extrovert compared to that guy. When you see that person, talk to him. If you see an extrovert who has retreated, talk to them. Speak to them. Say something. That's frustrating when you see people who need help, who need assistance and can't get it. Now there's a difference in I've did all I can do, exhausted all I can do, and say to them whatever I can say in the wisdom that's been given to me to help them change the way they feel about themselves. But you got to be still willing to go all out. And if you can't do it, hopefully you got a community behind you, a group of people that are willing to step in to help you out. Because what it's all about, you know, that's what it's all about, helping. If you're not helping, you're hurting. If you ain't hurting, then you got to be helping. If you're in a position to help, then please do. This all could have been avoided if people actually paid attention to this young man. Now, I'm going to tell you this. There are crimes in life. There are things that people are going to do regardless of what we do. But we have to at least give it a shot. Give it a chance. That's what I believe. You got to give them a chance so we can have more laughter and less tears. More laughter and less tears. On my board page this morning, he had this quote by D.L. Hughley. It's got to be hard for God to hear all of your thoughts and prayers over all of the bullets and gunfire. No, you're wrong. God hears everything. That's why it's God. Now, it may be hard for you to hear or to see both sides of the coin, the two sides of the coin. It may be hard for you to see that, but I know he didn't mean it literally. I hope not, but God hears us. You know, I'm going to throw that in there. I got to let y'all know. So, I don't know. I just seen it this morning and I was like, okay. Gunfire and bullets is, you know, we got to look at every situation. We got mass murders. We got gang violence. We got violence in the inner cities. We got all kind of different violence. Domestic violence. All violence needs to stop. We need to do a better job of learning how to talk and deal with people. The world that I see us going into, and this is just the hope that I have that we don't reach this level. I would like to be optimistic, but more hopeful, is that we do not go down the great divide of my side's better than yours, or my opinion is more valuable than yours, or if you say something or you disagree with me now, you're evil, we hate you, you're a bigot. There's got to be a better way. I don't agree with a lot of people, but I'm not going to say, oh, they stupid. Well, I might say that. Oh, this guy's pretty dumb. Or lady. But for the most part, I don't say that. I was like, they have their opinion. That's the part I had to be patient about. That's the frustrating part when you're with your family. That's the frustrating part with anybody. When you're like, man, look, I see a better way. But we can't even talk to get there.